everyone, and welcome to this edition of The Higher Estate. We actually are in an awesome location. We're at my friend's, what is this place? No, I know where the fuck we are. Oh, by the way, there'll be a lot of swearing today. I know where we are. We're in Z Float, but what is it called? Night of Light.
Night of Light.
And it's a community building event that's showcasing different small businesses that are in the health and wellness center, right? The health and wellness industry, and most of which are located directly in this building itself. I think that's the goal, right? And that's always been the goal of the Higher Estate, is to build community. So this makes it really, really awesome. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of different people on here tonight, and it's just going to be loud and hopefully obnoxious. And back to my original roots. And the first person I just happened to bump into today is Robin. Robin is an amazing woman.
Thank you.
Who's done a whole lot of extraordinary things in her life. Who actually, I have her paintings hanging inside of Synergy. Like that. Her paintings are the one in Burlington. So not the ones that on the other side. That's Stacy.
Yeah.
But the ones with the actual pictures, like of people. The ones that I bought too. That's her. And by the way, I have a cough, so I'll be moving away from the mic a lot.
It's okay.
So
I
Robin,
got one too.
Sorry, I'm like death. I just coughed right on you, huh? Asshole. All right. Thank you for at least being here.
Coughing on you.
Thank you for I'm thanking you for coughing on you. By the way, I'm not dressed in my usual kit either. This is like out in a butt. We still have kombucha. Who took my damn drink? You moved my drink. Okay.
And mine went missing.
I want my kombucha drink. Oh, yours is gone too.
Yeah.
Actually, the live kombucha guy is here too. He's like literally across from us, talking about his business. Okay, Robin.
And his stuff is fantastic.
And his stuff is fantastic. If you hate kombucha, you got to try his live kombucha because it totally changed my mind. Do you make those?
And it's local. No, actually, Daphne made this.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that bracelet.
And my mother got these in Mexico. They're skulls.
All right, so Robin, thanks for being on. As usual, when we talk about Synergy and what Synergy does in building community and bridging the gap between the lifestyle world and the medical world of cannabis, you fall sort of in the middle because you're a patient.
I do.
And you like using cannabis.
I certainly do.
And you just had a birthday.
I did. I just turned 61.
That's insane. You look amazing.
Mackerel.
You look absolutely amazing. So tell me, what got you into the cannabis community, or how did it fit into your health?
It's funny. When I was an active drug addict, cannabis was not something that I used.
Right.
But as for medicinal reasons, it's been absolutely wonderful. It's helped me deal with the post-traumatic stress, which I have is pretty severe. So
I love your
takes
glasses.
Thank you. They're Ouija
amazing.
board, and they are designed by my friend in New York, and her name is Lindsay Lowe.
Okay, sorry. Going back to what we were saying. So you're using it for? I can't help it. I look at you. I love them.
Okay.
So tell me, so you're using cannabis for?
I'm using cannabis to deal with the anxiety, to deal with the stress, to
Of life.
Just day-to-day stuff.
So you were using other drugs, you sort of just mentioned that, and then no longer doing that.
Yeah.
And cannabis has helped you even stay off that stuff, maybe.
I think it has.
Kombucha.
It's helped. I've done a lot of work in shifting my perception.
Okay.
And it's helped me maintain the work that I've done. Because I think as a trauma survivor, you always go back to your initial foundation. And my foundation looks like a war zone, so it's all crumbled.
Right.
Right. So this helps me maintain all the therapy work that I've done. And puts
So
a
it
smile
opens
on
you
my
up
face.
and puts a smile.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I don't get as panicked as I used to. I don't get as scared. More sense of humor. You just take things.
I think you're a pretty funny person all the time.
Thanks.
You're nutty.
Yeah, I am.
I'm nutty a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you're more nutty than me.
I think actually I'm pretty sane.
Oh, okay.
But I think I live in a crazy world.
Fair.
So
Yes, I
in
like
order
that.
to survive the insanity of the reality of the world that I live in, cannabis helps take the fucking edge off.
Right, but look at this. I mean, look at the community we're building here.
Yeah.
And what are you doing? What do you have going
I've got
on
some
over here?
jewelry and some pendants for sale over.
Where's your art? I love your
I
art.
didn't bring my art in. This was a
Your art
last
is
minute
good.
thing
Me
for
too,
me,
I
and
hear
I'm renovating the house, so it's been kind of crazy.
Great.
The other thing that I do is I also use a different strain of cannabis for pain.
What do you?
For
So
my-
what strains are you using?
Oh gosh! Now you're going to ask me a complicated question.
Oh,
It's
you
gonna
mentioned it.
require-
I'm just bringing it up.
Okay. I mean, I
Just
use
give me a
something
generalization
that's
and I'll
more
figure-
more for body pain.
Look at this thing. Go
Okay.
figure this out.
Okay.
What strain are you
Oh my
using?
gosh, I've got so many to fucking choose from. Okay, so if it really
Welcome to the
hurts,
higher estate.
if it really hurts, I go for the indica.
All right.
But normally I'm around the hybrid.
Good,
And
yeah, hybrids are good.
I love edibles.
Oh, okay. What do you like about them? Like that full...
You know what? I love the taste of can of butter.
Do you
I mean,
really?
I just love the flavor.
Really?
Yes.
So many people don't like that flavor.
I'll
But
eat
you
it
do.
for them.
Do you like that the chlorophyll flavor? Like you like the really greeny flavor?
I like the green flavor.
do?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I do.
You do
you know,
too?
so when I'm cooking, I make sure I don't put too much
What-
to.
If there's a choice between the distillate and like the actual demonstrate something tasty.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can use it in conjunction with other things as well.
I just don't like the taste of it.
It's like a nutty taste.
It really depends.
Just
Yeah, fair enough. And I guess it
Yeah.
also depends which strains are used. It doesn't all, not all cannabis is equal.
No.
And not all butter is can of butter is equal either. Depending on how green you want it, like you can get the chlorophyll out of it. By the way, here's a little tip: the more water you use in your extraction method, let's say you're using a simple extraction method,
Yeah.
and you're just heating it up over the stove or whatever. The more water you use on it, the less chlorophyll it'll be at the end of the day. Whereas if you use a little water to extract it, you can extract it into both. You'll just have a more green taste.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
There you go.
I think I'm still
Can of
learning.
butter one-on-one. We all
I
are.
think I'm still learning, and I have the memory of a tick. So, you know, I'm constantly going back and looking up shit,
Yeah.
stuff. Right? But I love that. It helps relieve the pain in my back,
Sure.
like big time,
Well,
and I sleep wonderfully.
good.
Yeah.
I'm glad it helps. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for coming and saying
Thanks
hi,
for
Robin.
having me.
Love you.
Here's your fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna fan myself with these. All right, thanks.
All right.
Hey, Ira. Are we on?
I don't know
Are
if
we
we're
on yet?
What is that? Will it help? I don't know what the hell you have in your candies.
Oh, is that my wine? Can I have my wine, Ira? That's
yeah,
where
I
I
don't
left
know what
it.
you brought here. You brought me this thing that has like you brought me like the trash. What is that? What is this thing?
This is key lens drink. It's like got cucumber in it or something.
I'm like, did you bring me? It looks like the bio trash
The
from
bio trash of like.
after I'm done. Dude, am I on? Are we? Can you?
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I'm gonna use this candy, but I don't know. I don't trust
Those
Robin.
things are really chewy, though. Just so you know, you're gonna be stuck in your tooth. Robin, those.
I can't even open this.
Those
I
are
can't
the
even
worst.
open this thing. Hey, hey,
So
hey.
good, but they get
What's
stuck.
up, brother? So we're gonna chat in a sec. So, hello,
Hi, Ira.
Stacy. Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you for being
This is
here.
an amazing event that you guys are putting on. First, Stacy, I'm sitting in her place right now, in her Z Float. That's where we're sitting, right?
Yeah, we're right here in Z Float, actually in our meditation space at Z Float.
There is some weird humming happening.
There's some stuff going on.
And so-
Lorman's over there.
It does now smell like cannabis and somebody doing something with a pipe. No, but they're just humming through it.
It's from his modern mystery school.
He is a modern mystery.
You have to ask him
It
about
kind of
it.
reminds me of Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine. I guess that's not.
Well, there's some.
I'm not offending anybody. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm now sucking on a candy, so I'm gonna slur the whole time instead of coughing. I don't know which one's worse. Stacy, thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
So my question was
Yeah.
to everybody, how has your business, or how do you see your business fitting into the changing face of health and wellness now? I mean, considering that we're switching things back from. We're sort of going back in time a little bit, which is great. I hate this chew thing. I can't even talk. I'm gonna swallow it.
Oh God, don't choke
Okay.
live.
Considering that we're now, medicine and wellness and health has come around to a point in time now, let's say, where it used to be just listen to your doctor. Just listen
Yeah.
to what this one person, this patriarchal society basically told us. We have to listen to this one person. They know everything. We know now that's not true.
Yeah, right.
And that there's a lot of evidence and there's a lot of useful things that come from a whole bunch of alternative medicines that don't require us to take pills and whatever. And you've got this awesome thing going, and it's floating. I
Yes.
tried it. I love it. I'm an
Yeah.
ambassador for it.
You are. You're an ambassador that needs to come a lot more to float. but-
Listen, I
know.
don't have time. I'm trying.
It's the overnight shifts,
So what-
Ira. They're killing you.
They are-
That's why you need to get into float. It'll help reset your body.
Supposedly, like 5 minutes or an hour of floating is like a whole bunch of sleep or something.
Oh yeah, so it's like you
What's
get 4
that?
hours of rest. So it's equivalent, to 4 hours of sleep. We do 90-minute floats here, actually. So the 90-minute floats are a good way just for you to
Should
get
we
in.
all start humming?
Yeah.
Sort of tell me about it again.
Sorry. So we offer 90-minute floats here,
Yeah.
and basically when you get into your good state of your subconscious state, which is like around the 45-minute mark, a lot of people say that's when they get
I
that.
live in the subconscious.
Do you?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it
Are you
is,
always
really. I'm consciously aware of my subconscious.
So we do the 90-minute floats
I'm
because
just
then you're in that.
talking shit.
I know you are.
Okay.
Is this like you trying to throw me off?
No. Maybe.
You're like blah 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 blah.
Okay, so go on.
Anyway, so we do 90-minute floats, and it's just a good way for you to relax, reset your senses. It helps me. For me, I do it for focus, relaxation, meditation. Other people do it for pain management. A lot of people with low back injury, like joint pain. I have a girlfriend who suffers
It's
from
great
lupus.
for joint pain.
For-
I was
no,
in
it's
there. I
so
go in there
good,
for
right?
my back and my knee, and
Yeah.
and then I also it's like full-blown meditation. It's purely mindful training.
Oh yeah, completely. And everyone gets something different from it, right? So like for me, I can get into deep state of meditation. For other people, they might even see something in a dark tank, which is really odd.
So
but
it's sensory deprivation
Yeah.
tank. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
What is in the tank?
So it means
what is that?
so you're in 10, you basically get in this tank, you're in 10 inches of water, 1,000 pounds of Epsom salts, you're held up, you're more buoyant than as if you're in the Dead Sea. It's soundproof, light-proof. You're floating. The water's the same temperature as your body, so you just feel no senses at all. Pretty much almost zero gravity, but there's still,
Really?
because we're here, a little
You
bit.
can still but you can sort of feel
You
the
can,
water
yeah.
around you a little bit, but at the same time, it's sort of like where am I?
Oh, completely, yeah.
You can go into a totally different
It
place
is.
with
It's really unique, and it's for the first time floaters. It's just getting used to your surroundings a lot of the time, and some people can settle right into it right away. Then other times it takes people 2-3 times just to really get into it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think my first time was the best time. I remember
Yeah.
when you first opened the place 3 years ago. Was it 3 years?
It was
Two,
it's 2.5 years now.
I
Yeah,
was close,
you were close.
right?
Yeah.
It's weird because I suck with times, but I
Yeah.
somehow I have this spatial awareness. So I'm like, it feels like it was that long ago, so it must be that long ago. Okay, but I had no idea really when
That's
it was.
all right.
So, I
Yeah.
remember going in for my first time, and it was this totally, really awesome experience of just being fully relaxed, coming in stressful. I came in after a night
Yeah.
shift, I think it was, and I stayed in for an hour. I couldn't do 90 minutes because
No.
then I started feeling
Well,
like
in
a
the beginning, we were just an hour. So.
Oh, was that what it was?
So yeah, you would have gotten out of it.
Okay, well, I would have got out of there anyways.
So
Thank
you're
you.
close.
Either way, I know you do 90 minutes now. You can
Yeah.
do 2 hours. You've
You can
got
stand longer, yeah.
Well, you got these things. You can almost stand up in these things.
Oh,
now.
we do. We have the float cabin. So that one is more like you're walking into a room. So it's nice for the people that maybe feel like they need more space around them. Claustrophobia. Like myself, I was claustrophobic. So I own
Really?
I own a float studio, but my first time floating.
Wow.
I was so nervous. I went into Float Toronto, and I just, I went for it. I was just I'm in my own room. I have control of the lock of my door. So I just went in, totally just okay, I got this, Stacy. I go in the tank, shut the lid, and when I touch my eyes with my hands with the salt solution, my eyes are burning. So I have to get out now. and I can't find the latch to the door to get out, so I have a little mini panic attack. Anyway, so I get out.
Dark.
Yeah, because it's dark. So I get out, I get back in, and it was fine. That was it. That was history, because now after that I get in. I've gotten in over 100 times now, and I'm
Really?
fine. Yeah.
I love confined spaces.
Oh, yeah.
For me, the best thing is the MRI machine.
Oh,
It's the
really?
It's
I've
the
never-
quietest moment of my life. It's like
I think
there's
that's a
nothing
little too
around you
small
except
for
the
me.
sound that goes
Yeah.
da-da-da-da-da-da, boop, boop, boop. I don't mind that. So I do think that there are a lot of health health benefits. The truth is, even in our pain guidelines,
Right.
before you start any medications for any pain, in our national pain guidelines, there's 3 things they talk about that come before any medication: exercise,
Yep.
diet, nutrition,
Right.
and mindfulness.
And-
And mindfulness training, and so this whole idea of floating, I think, really fits into a mindful world.
Oh,
Have
definitely.
you ever tried elevating and getting in there?
No.
Okay.
We have meditation
Good.
classes here too, Ira. So do you know that we have community meditation classes? So you can
Love it.
come, it's by donation, pay what you can afford or nothing at all. And I also
Where are you
I
located?
finished the exercise part
I'm
too. 'Cause
here,
I
but
own,
where are you located?
We're located at 430 York Boulevard here in Hamilton at the corner of York and Locke.
Love it.
And Ira hasn't mentioned this yet, but I fit into the fitness realm as well because I own a Pilates studio. So we have Pilates
Right.
and bar classes at Studio Z Pilates.
Love it.
Do you like how I just
No, do it. Tell it all. Tell it all. Hey, listen. Come on by. That's what we're about. We're about building community.
Yeah,
and,
completely.
And, synergy finds itself in this place that's in between medicine
Yeah.
and the lifestyle world. We call it mindful consumption.
Yeah.
And we do we'll have yoga with cannabis, vape series yoga. We sort of do.
Right.
And there are people that go into float tanks and do elevate before they go in. It all depends on what they're using cannabis for.
Okay.
For example. So it is okay and it is safe, but not if you suffer from things like panic
No.
or anxiety. Not a good
Right.
place. Now, can float be used on its own for those? Possibly, potentially, but you don't want to just go in, I guess, with if you're claustrophobic, not the
No.
place for you.
No, exactly. You just have to ease your way into it, right?
right,
We
cool.
have our float facilitators guide you through it and get you in a good, comfortable state. So yeah.
Well, thank you for being open to all of this and
Thank
having
you.
people here, and it was awesome having you on here.
Thanks for being here.
Can't wait to do some promoting together
Yeah.
and sharing space, holding
Woohoo,
space.
Holding space, share.
Yeah, share. Look at that shit. I'm like, share. All right. All right.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Together.
you. Together.
Yes, Ira. What can I do for you?
Okay, first of all, are we on? Are we on? Because this is probably you're a staple on our show. People don't know who you are, but you are the guy that provides the kombucha. You are live kombucha.
I am live kombucha, and you know what? Before this day, I had no idea how much of a staple I was. So there you go. I thank you very much for your patronage and your support.
Every show, we don't do alcohol. We don't drink alcohol. We drink kombucha.
Yeah.
And it's live kombucha. And the reason it's live is because kombucha, a lot of kombucha is just shit. It's hard to drink. You've got to at least for me.
Hey, I didn't say it, but I'll agree.
But sorry, and we're allowed to swear today because we're not in our home environment, and I don't have a swear kit. But your kombucha is amazing.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
So what I'm asking everybody is, how do you see your business fitting into the changing face of health and wellness?
Well, actually, yeah. The way we that's a very good
You're
question.
next.
Because the way we approach kombucha is that we do brew it traditionally. We do everything naturally. However, we like to be able to fit into the face of the modern world, as you say. We like to produce a taste that is palatable. Let's face it. If people don't find your drink palatable, they're not going to drink it. And if they're not going to drink it, they're not going to reap the benefits of it. And that's the face of the modern world.
What are the benefits of kombucha?
Oh, so many. I mean, everyone knows about the probiotic effects of it, right? But very few people know that it's also a liver cleanser because there's glucuronic acid and glutaric acids that's formed naturally in the brewing process. It's also a blood alkalizer. It's extremely good for your skin for the same reason that it's good for your liver. It's an immune booster, mental booster, antioxidant, anti-aging all at once.
Really?
Yeah, and I know they can't really see me through this podcast, or
Oh no, we
they
can. Unfortunately, somebody's wife is standing right in front of our. Oh, our camera's gone.
The camera's gone, but that's okay.
We were. He's got a camera.
Well, not
We're recording.
You know, not to boast or anything like that, but not very few people will believe me when I tell them that this past November I just turned 40.
Wow.
Yeah. So it is very exactly.
I just turned 27.
You know what? That's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought, man.
You turned 40?
Yeah.
Good, because I'm turning 40 next week.
Are you serious? I'm your elder?
Yes.
Oh my lord.
I turned 40 June 4th. Don't forget.
Wow. Well, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
That's coming up soon.
Where's all your damn gray hair?
Well, they are. They're just a little bit hidden, but you know what? There aren't too many. And I really do attribute it to several things. The major component actually being copious amounts of kombucha on a daily basis.
So can you start off by drinking kombucha, like ton of it right away? No, because it's got a probiotic. Your gut flora has to get used to that, no?
Absolutely. Well, it depends on who you are. Like we know from scientific studies that your gut is the major population of your gut is either one type or another type of flora. If yours is the opposing type from the good flora that you're really supposed to have, you might have a reaction. So if you're not sure how you react to it, take it in small amounts at first. But there are some people who already jive with this type of culture and
Really?
they can throw it back right away. I was one of them. I never had a reaction with kombucha. I've always was able to drink huge amounts of it.
Love it. That's great. Well, thank you. I wanted to find out what. Oh, also, you have something else. I heard you humming. We also were just.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't too loud over there.
No, we
But,
started humming along with you.
Exactly.
We're like.
Someone had to start the music, you know?
do something with the sacred school magic bus.
Yeah, well, the other thing I do is that I am also what you call a certified teacher, guide, and healer from the Modern Mystery School.
Right.
And we started a Guelph branch called the Sacramist Academy. And there we specialize in the teachings from the Modern Mystery School. We do things like crystal healings. We do things like life activations. That's quote unquote.
What is a life activation?
What is it?
Yeah.
It's basically connecting you with your higher self. Well, let me ask you this thing, Dr. Price. How often do you meet someone and they know exactly what their purpose in life is?
That's a good point.
It's very rare. It happens, but it happens very rarely.
It's a very good
because
point. Hi, guys.
Because in life, we slowly separate ourselves through our own experiences and our own drama from our essential self. And what life activation does, it actually goes in and unlocks that potential.
I love that.
It shoots right through all that programming, all the layers of the onion, and gives you the first glimpse of what your true self truly is. And let me tell you, when I got it done on me, it cleared up so many things.
What kind of technique is that? Like, I want to know. What if you have ADD? And you want to do everything? Is there one thing I should be doing? Because I do everything. I'm telling you, I'm like, my life activation is like, boom, like just like this whole thing.
Well, you know what? You bring up a pretty good point. Because if your purpose is actually to do everything, we are no one to slow you down here, man. We're going to say, yeah, you know what? We'll give you life activation. And if you still feel like you need to do everything, that's going to help you do everything.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, thank you.
No worries.
It was
Thanks
great
so much for having
having
me
you.
on, Dr. Price.
And I'll speak to you soon. And go live kombucha.
Go. Awesome. Thank you very much.
I'm going to get a picture. All right. Hey. All right. So I've got Matt. Hey. How are you? Good. We're live, man. And I'm like a squirrel. No one says hi, and I'm out. So I was just talking to Matt. Matt has Cambo Canada.
Yes.
But I was just telling him what we do. The Higher Estate. The Higher Estate is about bridging the gap between medicine and the lifestyle world. We call mindful consumption. So it's about building community and educating people around their medicine, around cannabis.
Great.
And but it also, I'm a physician, and so we focus on the medicine, but we're also Synergy is a natural pain and wellness center. So at that, we focus on pain solutions that are outside of traditional things like opioids. We will still use things like NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, but we're trying to help the problem and be part of the solution, as opposed to contributing more to a problem that us as a healthcare world helped create. So, but I mean, I see Cambo Canada, and it says is a natural health a priority in your life? I mean, it sounds like what we do. Reduces pain, cleanses toxins. What do you do? Who are you? Boost your immune system. Matt, I want to come to you and get my immune system boosted. My question that I've been asking everybody tonight is, how do you see your business fitting into the changing face of health and wellness?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I think a lot of people are becoming more aware of like alternative therapies, natural therapies that aren't invented by the drug companies and then come with a bunch of side effects. So I think we probably have a lot in common with some of our,
What do you
our
do?
clients.
Like I see a whole bunch of things there. Tell me what they are. And can we go through them?
Sure,
It smells
so
amazing in here,
some of
likely from you.
Some of the things that I use for work. So the dragon's blood on the end, it comes from the Croton lycheri tree, and it's a tree from the Amazon, and the tree sap contains.
I was going with Mars, but I'll settle for.
Yeah, like Peru, Brazil area.
Okay, awesome.
It contains
super
taspine, so that's like a coagulant. It stops the bleeding of a cut.
Really? What is it?
Taspine is one of the active ingredients, and it kind of works
Okay.
like an iodine type thing, and it's antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. So I use that for dressing the gates that I put in people's skin after the Cambo treatment. I dress them with that.
What is a Cambo treatment? That's what is Cambo?
Cambo is the Phylomedusa bicolor frog from the Amazon.
Start again. It's what?
The
phylum. Is this frog. So people in like Bali and Costa Rica, I have friends there talk about this frog stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Exactly.
Okay, tell me about it.
Combo.
Now I'm intrigued.
Okay, so there's many benefits that come from it. The secretion contains peptides that fit into the human system, and they don't move in. They move in and out freely. They don't leave a residue behind like other chemicals can, and it's used for
No
like
carbon footprint for your body.
Exactly.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. And it reduces chronic pain. Some of the peptides are potent opiate, like act on the opiate receptor, deltorphin and dermorphin. But again, because they're peptides, they're not a drug and they're not addictive in the same way. So
they work on delta and mu receptors.
That's correct. Exactly.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
And so what is it? Like, you don't put a frog on. I know this is going to sound crazy. You don't put a frog
I actually have a
somebody.
stick over there. If Tara can, she's busy right now. Tara,
let's
pass the stick over.
Let's get a stick.
The Cambo stick one? Cambo?
No, that's the.
This is the Palisano, yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that too, because I'd like to know what. You stick that in people?
So they collect the venom from the frog and they put it on these sticks. And so I received them. It looks like a glaze, like a shellac on the stick, and then it's reactivated and scraped into like little balls, and then it's put onto the skin via burns. So I heat up a stick and put small burns on the skin, and then that allows it to go directly into the lymphatic system. And it's
Hold
like
on,
a good.
You're burning people.
Yes, very, very lightly on the top layer of skin, so burn enough to cause a small blister to form. Yes.
What? So you burn people? Does that hurt?
Not really. It doesn't hurt very much. No, it's not a deep burn. It's just on the very top layer.
It causes a bubble.
Exactly.
Like a first-degree burn.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you're trying to get. Is just a light bubble over the skin, and then that's taken off, and so you can access the lymphatic system directly, and it's the safest way to work with this medicine.
Really?
If it's ingested or injected, it would be too strong. It would be way too strong.
I don't want to touch that then?
It's pretty clean. Like I've done a good job scraping pretty much everything there is left off here. So yeah.
Okay, so wow. So you burn. I'm super like that.
So not only that, we can
like. What does it do?
We can apply. I can apply the burns different to meridians, like the different meridians of the body, kind of similar to acupuncture.
Okay.
Or chakras. It can be applied on the various chakras. If there's like some kind of a blockage, you can work through with the Cambo.
And so, what do you use this? Okay, if you can't see this, we should take a picture of it. Do you use this thing to do that? Like you burn?
I use Tamishi vine or incense sticks for the burns.
Okay.
And Tamishi vine's another vine that comes from the Amazon, and it's just heated. It's like smaller than a pencil in size, and it's just very quickly put on the skin.
And what does it do? What does it do?
What does the Cambo do?
What does the Cambo do?
First thing you'll notice when the Cambo goes on, you'll feel a little stinging right where the Cambo has been put on.
Right.
Just a slight sting there, and then you slowly feel like a heat kind of and a sensation travel through your body, and it's kind of sedating, kind of drowsy, kind of feeling, and then as it increases, your heart rate pulse just increases. You can hear your heart pounding in your ear, just pounding away. And then after a couple minutes, you start to feel nauseous, and you purge. You purge up the 2 liters of water that you drank right before the camp.
Really?
And then you
Sort
go
of
through
reminding
various.
me of like ayahuasca.
Sort of, yeah. Except it's not a psychedelic, and it's
Right.
totally legal in Canada to do.
Like
so,
I'm gonna. It's like one of these things. Who wants to purge to get healed?
yeah, that's where it's
Really?
at.
I feel like that. If you got to do something crazy now, you got to get fucking healed. You got to purge, man.
Yeah, we all have things to purge.
So how many burns do you make?
It depends. Usually, for a first treatment, people receive 3 to 4 points. From there, it increases by usually 2 or 3 per treatment if they're close together, because you develop a slight tolerance. So if
Okay.
you do it like day to day, like several in a row,
Yeah.
some people choose to do like the 3 in a moon cycle, 3 treatments within 28 days to get like a really dramatic result, big shift, life-changing type thing.
So what happens after? So I think of ayahuasca, and I think you have it's like this full mental change. You have this new understanding of the world. You've purged your inner self. You figure out what you want to do with your life. I don't know. People get that kind of experience. This is more for a physical type of thing. This is more
physical, physical. It's definitely more of a physical medicine than like the
Right, so
psychological.
right.
It has both aspects to it. You really examine things come up with the treatment too. You'll examine parts of yourself that bother you, or you'll get little things that irritate you, or things sometimes arise.
Right.
And they're to examine and to purge and move forward.
And this is fully legal.
Totally. Yep.
And I'm just trying. As a Western practitioner of medicine, I'm trying to figure out the burning, and I'm trying to figure out the purging as a source of healing. And it's just a perspective. This is what I'm trying to do here. Is bridge those gaps. Because in my mind, we come from a Western world. Anything that causes that kind of reaction, I try to.
I think that's just
stop
our
people.
culture.
But that's our culture.
That's our
So
culture.
It's
That's
about shifting
purging,
perspectives. Yeah, it's got to be bad for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So.
We're shifting. No, just say it, man.
Yeah.
We're here. Say
Yeah.
what
So
you
okay,
think. That's what this is
actually, to be honest with you, when you purge bile from the system, that boosts your immune system automatically. If you remove bile from your system, it'll boost up your.
What? Is there evidence? I'm assuming there's evidence behind
There is,
that?
and Dr. Vittoria Spramer, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, has done a whole bunch of papers, research
Really?
on the different peptides and what they
Really?
can do, and yeah.
Okay. Well, this is crazy. It's something so I have a lot of pain. I've broken bones. My immune system is pretty, Western medicine gives you some mild, can give you some healing, of course, and it saves lives. But, I do believe that there's room, there's a space, as long as it doesn't cause harm. And I'd like to look more into it. Look at that. I'm going to check out some Cambo. Check out Cambo Canada. Is that a website?
Yes, www.kimbocanada.com.
I'm going to check it out. And why do you have so you do more than just Cambo?
Yeah, I work with some other medicines as well during the ceremony.
So you do
Sananga,
full
I
ceremony.
have some other eye drops.
You would do great in my cannibal. I have a retreat in California
Cool.
called Cannibalist Retreats.
Yeah.
And we sit in ceremony. We do cacao ceremonies and crystal
Great.
healing and
Cacao's wonderful.
and this stuff, and meditate and all. You'd fit right.
I'd love to talk a little bit about
talk.
the eye drops as well.
Talk about
Sananga
the
eye drops.
What are they?
It's wonderful. Sananga, it's called, and it's
Okay.
from made from the roots of the shrub Tabernae montana Sanenho, and that's also growing in Brazil. And it's used for hunting magic to clear panema, similar to the Cambo. It's when used with intention, you can kind of find what you're looking for. It contains alkaloids similar to ibogaine,
okay.
to iboga, but
Yeah.
not specifically like ibogaine.
Okay.
MC18, I think it's called, and a bunch of other compounds that actually are really beneficial with addictions.
Sure.
So when you take these drops, they sting a lot for about 2 minutes or so. Your eyes water like crazy. Your sinuses drain right out. And whatever is bothering you before you took it, you're not really concerned
'Cause
about
you're not
after.
thinking about it
Well,
anymore.
partly from the endorphins and partly
Right.
from the effects of the Sananga of going right to the, in the eyes, right going to the nervous system.
So is that the stuff that looks like I thought it was a drink?
The
Or the eye drops are the actual bottles,
the drops,
small
the bottles over there.
And,
yeah.
And so what exactly is in it?
So it's the alkaloids from the Tabernet Montana Sanenjo.
Okay.
So and they're similar. It's related to the iboga plant.
Oh, okay, so
it's
I know
very
iboga.
similar. Tabernet iboga, Tabernet Montana Sanenjo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's that. And then you have soap.
Yep. Some Money Luck soap, I think it's called,
Hey.
and
I can use some
yep.
Money Lux soap.
Yep. Florida water. It's used for cleansing. That's like a kind of like a.
So you do a lot of sitting in ceremony while you're going through these things, because I guess that's part of it, right?
Yeah, I open sacred space and call in
Yeah.
all my protecting
Sure, of course.
allies before and after, say thank you and send them off again. And it's like I sit and support people
course.
through the process, working through
beautiful.
the medicine.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to talk to you after, because we're
Great.
gonna, June 23rd. I think we're going to throw a day in Synergy in Burlington and do like a community day, similar to what we do at the Cannabis Retreat, but just some brief overviews. Love to have you over there and we
That'd be
chat
great.
about it and bridging the gaps, man, between Eastern and Western medicine and figuring out where it all lies. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you,
Appreciate it. Stacy Camp, I have your art hanging in my both of the clinics.
You do.
You are a staple, and you are a staple in our city.
Thank you.
Tell me about your art. What inspires you?
I have an addiction to color.
Oh, okay. It's a good
So
addiction.
It's a good outlet for that.
Really?
Yes, I enjoy the immediate results from acrylic paint,
Okay.
and I enjoy just being a maker in general.
Is it your brain on canvas? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Is that what?
If you cut me open, that's what you would see inside.
I feel like that's what you'd see inside of me too, though.
Awesome.
Because that's why I'm drawn to your art. I wish we had pictures of it. Could we? Oh, red. Yeah. Like that's what we're like. Can we take a picture of her art over there when you're done your food? This is a cool and like
Yeah.
like a whole scene. We got food. We have
Everything,
kombucha
all senses
and-
covered.
it's good food, right? All right. So, because your art really tells a story of I don't know, madness. No, but it's fun. It's playful. It's light.
It's about endurance.
Right.
It's about layers,
Right.
and
Do you ever elevate? Do you ever use cannabis and then paint?
no, never.
All right.
When I use cannabis, I eat McDonald's and fall asleep.
Really?
Yes.
So why is that?
Because I have to be careful about how much like sativa is in it, because it's like too much.
I would stay away. So here's the thing. We'll do some educating.
Sure.
I actually don't use the word sativa or indica at all, because they just basically represent a location on our planet.
That's true. I have not heard you say those words today.
Right. I'll use content like THC or CBD or strains, and the entourage effect is the combination of the different cannabinoids all together have different effects on
Yes.
people. So somebody like yourself perhaps should stay on the minimal side of something like THC, because it can create anxiety. And
My main goal when I'm doing that is to take away my horrible migraine.
Oh, well, so here's the thing. The evidence around cannabis and migraines is to use THC a little bit. There's some more evidence coming out between its use of CBD, both of which THC and CBD both have an effect on 5-HT, which is serotonin.
Yeah.
And serotonin is a factor when it comes to migraine headaches. We're still
Yes.
not even certain what migraine headaches are caused from, but so I would say stay away from a high THC strain.
I think mine are caused by hormones,
Could be.
so I wasn't sure if cannabis would help that, because you know
It's
what
hard
I mean?
to it's hard to say. It's certainly hard to say, but your art is outstanding,
Thank you.
and
Do you know I give workshops as well?
tell me about that.
I do for adults, small
Okay.
groups, or personal.
Really?
Yeah, people who, they're beginner levels, for people who have never made art and have always wanted to, explore abstract themes or mark making.
How do you think that art fits into health and wellness?
I think it plays a large part in that. Just about what I've been reading so far, I've been doing a little bit of research. And people are saying that it has something to do with just being able to express yourself.
I agree.
Using
Like
it as
people
an
do therapy,
outlet.
art.
Because, thank you, that'd be amazing. It's not all words, right? There's other communication needs
Lots of
in our
forms,
brains. So
and
I
it
think
heals a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do you find healing through art? Do you find your expression of yourself on a canvas heals you in a way? Do you find it peaceful or mindful? Or does it just stress you out to draw?
It depends on the day. Sometimes it's like putting your soul in the blender, and I have, a really intense dialogue with the piece I'm working on, and other times I can sit and make 3 paintings, and it's like euphoric and spiritual, and I really understand like what I'm doing, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I have that like calmness and that connection with like the universe. So it depends.
I love it. I like that, and I think so. I think it fits into health and wellness certainly.
Oh, thank you so
through
much.
through mindfulness. It's part of healing. I think art is a great form of healing.
And I think there's something to do with you've created like not a relic, but
You've put a piece of you down somewhere, and it could be calming.
yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on and sharing with us what you do, and awesome having you here because you're in our studio,
Oh, thanks for
in our
having
clinic.
me.
Picture.
Oh, awesome. If you ever want to like have a workshop at your place,
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to workshop that. That's
right.
great. I'm going to put you in touch with Tyler,
okay.
who's our educator, who's manages our place. Thank
right.
you. All right.
And you were totally fine when I was your patient.
Was I? Making
Yeah.
me feel like I wasn't.
You didn't smile or anything.
Wait, I want to. Okay, so there's a lot you need to know about this guy. So Darwin Awards.
Yeah.
Is that you?
That was me.
Yeah. You heard of Darwin Awards? That was him.
Yeah, I illustrated all those.
Yeah. He had a TV show on. What was that show? That
Sons of Butcher.
so, right? Dude, this guy's like fucking world famous. No, he is. And what is it? Why you look so young? It's
I don't know. I'm
weird.
going. It's like Benjamin Button.
Yeah, that's how the world should be. I've always said that we should be retired when we're like until we're 65, and then whatever money we use. Hey, wifey is showing up. We're live. Yeah, but we're not recording. I'm gonna record Naz on here soon. How was your class? Awesome, good. So, I always said we should be retired when we're young, and when we're 65, that's when we start to pay back all the loans. So we have to decide maybe what we want to be when we're young, but we don't have to use the money, or we don't have to start the job until we're ready, like 65. And then we start working 65 till 80.
Yeah.
And because what do you spend all your fucking good years working?
Yeah.
Like all the years I want to be out, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Working night shift. I woke up at 3 o'clock today. It's the first thing I ate. What I should have been doing.
Yeah.
I can't mention because I still have MD. If I didn't have the MD, I tell you all the stuff I should be doing. Okay, but Jay, I got to start from the beginning.
Okay.
'Cause I got to start from the place where the first time when I got the idea, I was sitting at a party.
Christmas party.
We were at a Christmas party at Katie's, right? I
think it was at Tony's. Was it Tony's?
I don't know. It was. We were at a birthday party somewhere, and or a Christmas party. We're somewhere, and you're like, yeah, I do.
Oh, it was Katie's, you're right.
What?
Yeah,
I was right.
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah, I remember that. You do something. You were doing something like I don't know. We started talking about podcasting.
Yeah.
All this stuff, and so I was like, listen, I've been wanting to start, and this was 2015, I think.
Yeah.
This is before cannabis even took off in this country, and I had I'd been doing it already for a couple of years, and you're like, well, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just throw content out. Let's just do it. Let's throw content out there. And so we brought Dare. Remember your brother took us to like the Red Green studio. That was where we shot the first one.
Yeah.
And I wore the scrubs. I have the scrubs. I didn't wear the scrubs today because I'm whatever. And your brother filmed it, and you like produced it.
Yeah.
And that's where it all started.
Yeah. It's amazing.
And
you're doing it.
And you basically said, just do it.
Yeah.
I got to get more listeners. How do I get more listeners?
I don't know. That's
What do you
the
mean you
mystery.
don't know? You're like the man.
Just pound it out. Just just got to put one out every couple days.
Tell him that. So that's the history. Now, Z Float, I spoke to your lovely wife, Stacy. By the way, he's married to Stacy, so they own Z. They're the Z Floaters. So we spoke about, hey, have you ever mindfully consumed and then gone into a float tank?
Yeah.
Because your wife said no. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I microdosed. Yeah. It doesn't count.
I love it. I microdose. That's everyone's answer now. What did you do? I microdose. But, so the truth is, remember, just be safe. We're talking about medicine here, so we have to be safe, of course.
Yeah.
But we're enjoying, the atmosphere as well. Microdose.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And it was through a vaporizer, I hope.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So tell me, we already spoke about Z Float, but what else? What else is happening? What's going on upstairs?
So I started an entire new operation up there. It's
Really?
called the Infinity Forge, and we are a creative media company. We do voiceovers, animation, illustration.
You'd like that.
We Christian Potenza is my partner up there, and Melanie Davis. They're both actors. Christian is most famous for the show 16 and Total Drama Island. He was two of the main characters on that. And he is a voice teacher extraordinaire, so he's kind of helping with the voice acting side of it. We get people to create demos, and we try and get them agents and get them working. And I animate their demos.
Can you get this podcast
Yes.
to go global?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
do
let's
it.
do it.
We're
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
I'm in.
We
How
do
do-
green screen up there, do everything.
Yeah, you have a green screen. I
Yeah.
told you I've already sold your green screen because I have to film more of the cannabis educational program that I do, and I need to do more video, and it has to be on a green. It's best
Yeah,
on a
done.
green screen.
Yeah, we got all the
versus
lights up there, everything.
The white screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is usually the wall.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be a great idea to do that.
Yeah.
So what benefits do you see of health and wellness in Z Float?
Oh, it's a reset. There's a lot when you're doing business stuff. You're just stressed to the gills. You know what I mean? You're dealing
Yeah.
with finances and just everything, right?
Yeah.
And you got to get in there just to reset everything.
Totally.
Or else you just short circuit.
I love floating. We talked about the mindfulness of floating earlier on. But I remember you once told me you get in there and you're like in space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
did a float somewhere. It was like a 2-hour
Yeah.
float.
Yeah.
And it was like being in space.
Yeah. Absolutely. Not always in space. Sometimes I feel like antsy.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm completely in outer space, not even in this dimension.
I feel like a fluttering duck in there sometimes.
Yeah. It's different every time. Depends on what you go in with, right? Your mindset
I
going in.
sometimes I'll tell you what I do in your float
Yeah.
tanks. I sit out, I start splashing in the water. I'm like, I start floating around.
Yeah.
And then it gets in my eyes.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
like,
so-
oh, it's
yeah.
burning. And then I'm like, do you think anybody's really outside now? No one's there. And I go shower and I can jump back in.
Yeah.
My eyes are burning. That's amazing. So how long have you been doing that, the new business upstairs?
Just a couple months. It's
Hey,
brand
there's
new.
wifey.
Hey.
Hey, you should
Yes.
both come say. You should both come. She was a lot more articulate than. Is that a word? That's
Yeah.
a word. Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
You
to
know.
me? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like, she was like talking and doing this whole thing and how amazing. Flow. You did. You. It was. You did. You owned it. I got Jay and we're sitting here just shooting the shit. There's a lot of. I gotta stop swear. I think I've been swearing a lot. Like I'm past the limit. I'm gonna stop that. So what else has been going on? You also
Made
hold on.
video games.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you made it. So it's an amazing video game. I played the game.
Yeah.
It's like an escape room for a video game.
Yeah. You're an alien worm, and you crash on Earth, and you start to consume things. It's like an 80s horror movie, but you're the villain. You get to play the villain. It's a puzzle game.
Yeah. It's really cool. And what's it called?
The Visitor.
Yeah.
So
And they
there's
put out part 2 of it too.
2 and 3.
3 is out?
So we did
I
Kitty
haven't tried
Cat
that.
Carnage, and then we did Sleepover Slaughter.
That's awesome. So you should
Yeah.
got to download
Yeah.
this. If you haven't downloaded
Yeah.
it yet, it's awesome.
And then Bro Bloodbath was going to be the next one. But we haven't finished that one
What's
yet.
it, Bro Bloodbath?
Yeah, they go to like a frat house and just kill all the dudes. 'Cause I killed all the cats and old ladies, and I killed all the sleeping teenage girls. Now it's the dude's turn. That's working my way
That's
through
amazing.
all the stereotypes. Yeah,
That's amazing. And you start off as like a little worm or like a maggot.
yeah, you're like a space maggot, space worm, and then as you eat things, you start to get their powers, and it's
you
just super
turn
gruesome.
into like
yeah.
this super awesome villain. Well, it's a lot of fun, and I think we should all download. I downloaded it. I have it on my phone. Do you have it? You got to get it.
Download The Visitor.
We did. It's called The Visitor.
Yeah.
It's on the iTunes
It's on
thing. You just
iTunes,
download that stuff.
Android, everything. It's everywhere.
Cool. Well, it was awesome chatting.
All
with
right.
you. thanks for coming out.
Man, no problem. Thank you.
This is cool.
I
though.
know it is.
Like,
It's
were you
awesome.
expecting this?
No, I was
this
not.
turnout is huge. What a huge community.
I know.
You don't realize what kind of community you have until you do events
And it's
like this.
cool that we're like uniting the clans. You know, some people never go to the other business or didn't even know they existed here
Right.
or there. So it's awesome.
And that's really what it's all about. It's all about building community, and at least that's the way that I want to run business. You know,
Absolutely.
enough with the corporate stuff.
Yeah.
You can be just as successful running a business through community and fair exchange and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah. That's what
like
it's all
it.
about.
I want to
All right.
get a beard that doesn't have gray in it.
Hey man, look at I got
That's
some.
like barely. All my red turned gray. All right, thanks
All right,
for
dude.
coming out.
Awesome.
Katie, De La Soul Yoga,
Yes, hi, holla.
true OG, Hamilton staple.
Well,
And now
someone was
here.
saying to me how, this building, it wasn't a great building. Like 10 years ago, there was a shed filled
I
with
wear my
syringes.
sunglasses
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
oh
No,
yeah.
I love it.
Yes, here. All right.
Now you're good. Now you
Okay.
fit right in. Now tell us.
Okay, so-
now you're like.
All right.
You have to
I'm
keep them
true
on 'cause now
OG,
you're cool.
true OG.
Now you're cool.
But there was a shack with syringes in it, and there was like, yes, and the building was not well cared for, to say the least. I was teaching yoga at the police station on Rymel Road, and everyone there advised me not to open in this building.
Really?
And I don't know, I just saw, I had a vision for it. There's a parking lot. There was
Right.
parking.
That's usually
yeah,
the
that
first
was my
thing you
vision.
think
There's
about is
parking.
where is the parking?
Yeah. And it was like, if you build it, they will come. Like, that's kind of the mentality I had, and that's what
you
I
had a
did.
good following as well. You were.
I had a studio in Aberdeen.
You're like the yogi of Hamilton.
I'm like the old crone.
How's that feel? How does it feel to be like the
matriarch.
I would say I was gonna say the grandmother, but
Your
that's
wife is one of
the
my
matriarch.
children. She's one of my
Yes,
babies.
She is. She
Yes.
did. That's where she learned. All started from.
It's an honor.
feel?
It's an honor to be that. It's surreal, right?
Do you
'Cause-
feel a sense of responsibility? To
No,
the
I
city, or you
actually
just-
feel.
And to the people.
I used to feel a sense of responsibility to the tradition of yoga.
Okay.
Until all these youngins came along and they
Right.
started playing Selena Gomez in their yoga classes. And I realized it is not up to me to try to keep something rigid and stagnant. I've got to be fluid and adaptable and let the Western society evolve this practice in the way they need to, and to support that. So that's been an
I got
interesting
some
journey
religious
for me.
leaders for you to talk to.
Oh, the swamis are rolling over in their graves. Trust me. It was funny. I had an incident where a Buddhist teacher who I respect immensely came to De La Soul, and in the middle of him telling me how pleased he was that I had sort of maintained the traditional approach to yoga, Martha's class started and the bass kicked in, and
Okay, if you don't go to De La Soul, you got to come check out these classes. Martha's class, Naz's class, all these people's class. It's like literally like intense. It's really
yeah,
cool.
it is. It's like
I love it, though.
Well, it's like that creative dance
have to.
energy, and then you've got the life coaching and the
Yeah.
spirituality. You get it all in one. That's why it's truly a full body, mind, soul experience, as you know.
For sure.
You don't just come to get more flexible. You come to have your heart cracked open and your life.
More flexible. I've tried that
Transformed.
for years. I used to be flexible. Now it all hurts. Okay, but you just life transformation. That brings me to the question that we're all doing here, that I've been asking everybody. How do you see De La Soul fitting into the changing face of health and wellness? Like where? By the way, it's soon going to be covered by insurance companies. Yoga.
Okay, well, you
Let's
better
not talk
stay in
about
touch
that.
with me. Yes.
I can't say that
yes.
live on. But that's going to happen. No, you don't have to cut that out. I think they'll be happy.
Okay, so what I would say, Ira, is
Why are you trying to keep me on track?
because I'm passionate about the questions
tell
that
me.
you're asking,
Okay, go.
and I get really excited.
tell me.
So there's there's the wellness piece of looking after your health physically, and then there's the inner work, right? And I love that the two worlds are converging, and recognizing that you can eat all the healthy foods you want, but if your inner dialogue is self-sabotaging you or negative, then you're never going to really achieve optimal health and wellness on every level, right? So for me, I feel like De La Soul fits into this in such a way that the way we approach yoga and mindfulness and meditation is that we invite people to fully accept and fall in love with who they are in this moment, and to fall in love with their life as it currently is. And then from that place of acceptance and love, start to see what else is possible for them, start to expand and elevate. So it's not about like healing or fixing or transforming necessarily, at least not off the bat. It's shining a light on how beautiful you are and how beautiful your life already is, and truly experiencing that gratitude. And that's been my journey anyways, coming from my history of addiction.
Right.
So I had to fall in love with who I was at my worst in order to believe that I was worthy of having a blessed and celebratory life.
Makes me want to go do yoga right now, to be
Really?
honest.
I'm so glad.
That was beautiful.
That's
That was super eloquently put.
Thank you.
It's not just about, because we watch, we watch the news, we see the media, everything is social media now, and everybody's Lululemoned out. They're going to show everybody's yoga, somebody yogi, somebody yogi.
Yeah.
Or fit
Put
yogi.
your leg here.
Yeah. And it's all, and the pictures you see are all about like some pose or some image of what somebody's supposed to be, and what you're telling me is it's just about finding yourself.
It is, and using the poses as a tool to get uncomfortable, to be still, to listen to the messages that your body has for you, to listen to your thoughts that are always in there running and repeating themselves for the most part, right? It's usually repetitive thoughts. And so the yoga just provides that opportunity to observe yourself and then to shift things a little bit, right?
So I'm going to shift and I'm going to say, what are your thoughts on like elevated yoga? I run a program that, I start, and a lot of friends of mine use cannabis as a form of healing through yoga. So, and I look at it from a medical perspective. So, and from a medical perspective, people that can't move because they have pain and are unable to perform even the smallest move. I mean, I guess the question then is, what is yoga? Is yoga a move? Is yoga a pose? No, it's not.
Right. It's breath, it's mindfulness. The saying is, if you can breathe, you can do yoga, right? So, and what you're talking about, I'm a big advocate of ayahuasca. I've done many ceremonies. They've really helped me with my own healing.
Right on.
And
I didn't say that from a medical perspective.
Yeah.
I said that from a community acceptance.
But I feel like those, the plants, like plant medicine, are very powerful. I think they need to be respected.
Certainly.
I think...
And used appropriately.
Used appropriately, whatever that means for a particular person.
Well, no, I don't. I think I'm just going to say that there is, I think, a way that when you say for an particular individual or person, I think that we should be promoting mindful consumption. That's really what Synergy and the podcast and all that's about.
So kind of like, why am I using it? And
know
in
what you put into your body. So
right.
An individual that just uses it, just wants to get high, I don't necessarily, I'm going to take a line and say I don't necessarily think that, unless they know why they're using it for that purpose.
Right.
There are abuses of drugs.
It'll take them further away from themselves and their life.
That's right.
Yeah.
Versus using it, from my perspective, the purpose of using cannabis is to bring you to yourself, so that you can be more outward to the world.
Right.
And you get that through knowing what you put into your body. So somebody, like, whatever it means to them, I think it requires education.
Yep.
So I think there is
guidance.
A way. And guidance.
Yep.
You said it at the beginning, and then you said whatever reason that is. Maybe the reasons they're using it is different, but the purpose, they should still have people, I believe, should still have an understanding of what they're putting in their body.
Right.
Because your body is your sacred space.
Right.
And then use it for a purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what you meant.
Yeah, and to not be cavalier about it.
Right.
And But again, it is so powerful, and it can be used to get to know yourself on a deeper level and to heal, if that's the direction you take it in, if that's the intention you set.
That's what you mean. Okay.
Right?
Sorry.
No, that's exactly what you were saying. Yeah, or it can go the other way.
Yeah, but I just thought you were being an asshole, and I was just being like, no.
Oh no, I'm not an asshole on air. That's.
I'm just kidding. So we were talking about cannabis use or elevating.
So I heard
during
something really
yoga.
interesting from a spiritual teacher. Teacher of mine. Actually, my ayahuasca shaman.
Okay.
Yes.
So you need a shaman when you use ayahuasca because you're going to purge yourself. Another purging medicine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she was
purging is the new penicillin. Sorry. I'm kidding.
Gets rid of everything. It's like you just have to channel The Exorcist and all will be well.
That's it.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy what goes on in those circles and in the dark.
Yeah,
you can see shit happening.
Yeah.
And then like
You
when
don't
the
wanna
light
know.
comes up, they're sitting still next to you smiling. You're like, okay,
This is
whatever. Yeah,
5
whatever.
minutes ago.
So, but she said to me, she was talking to me about how marijuana spoke about her as if she was a female entity, and she said she's very jealous.
She is a female.
She said she's very jealous.
There's a male.
And she will take things from you so that she becomes your main focus and your main priority. And I thought that was a really
We call
interesting
it
way of
Santa
phrasing
Maria. It
it.
is a female. I mean, it can take. It's more of an outward facing. Most medications, most drugs, even ayahuasca, most of the plant, even plant-based medicines that you take, turn yourself inwards
Right.
to look at yourself. Where cannabis is a different. It doesn't turn you in; it turns you out.
In what way?
It makes you. It helps you communicate. And it uplifts and points you in an outward direction versus bringing you inward.
Interesting.
Through.
Oh yeah, I feel
Well,
that too.
yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see most of the experiences that people have from using, from using cannabis, specific strains or whatnot, is that, say initially they were on a whole bunch of meds, they were sitting in their bed, they weren't doing very much, they couldn't be active in society. They start using cannabis, they start feeling better, and they get outwards. That's the kind of outwards that I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, I see
Whereas
what you
things
mean.
like ayahuasca.
You're not going out. You're not going anywhere.
You're not
Yeah,
going
like,
anywhere.
You can't even walk to the bathroom.
Right, you don't have time.
Yes, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
It's an outward-facing drug. So
But if someone is able-bodied and they're an extrovert, but they have like a lot of deep-rooted shit that they haven't looked at, if they smoke a particular strain or whatever,
Vape.
they're gonna get very introverted. Because all of a sudden, like the stuff they've been suppressing, or their anxieties, or their insecurities, because I've lived it, I've been there. Trust me, yeah.
Right. Well, it all depends. So I'm going to go as far as saying, here's a whole strain list.
Okay,
Every one of
Wow.
these is a different strain.
that's crazy.
I know you got to get back upstairs. I'm going to send you.
No,
off.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's where the guidance comes from. So I'll make sure you should be using strains that won't put you into
Right.
into that mindset.
Right.
And that's where it comes down to knowing your body, or knowing knowing
But
any
would that
medicine
strain
that you
put
take.
everyone into that mindset?
So it's a generalization. We all
Okay.
have cannabinoid receptors that act differently within different parts of our body.
Okay.
But there are generalizations that we can make about specific strains,
Right.
so that you don't get that.
Right. If
To
you have a
avoid that.
tendency. Okay.
Correct, yeah.
Right. Good to know.
Yeah.
Because Andre, he's used
We're
some.
bringing
for-
Andre into this.
Yeah, he's here.
Is he?
Yeah.
So I've already called him an asshole on air once for ditching our podcast because he was training for the Olympics or whatever the hell.
Right,
What was he
right.
training for?
He's choking people out for a living.
Yes.
It's very serious work.
What was he training for?
Yeah. And I'm teaching
Pan Am.
handstands, so between the two of us, it's very serious work.
He was training for the Pan. Are you trying to leave your own party? I don't
I
you're
know.
waving.
She's
Are you
gonna
leaving?
duck out. I know. Are you on here next, Steve?
She was on. We already
nice.
went through it.
Hey.
Killing it.
Are you? Okay. Awesome.
Are you pregnant?
Yeah. She has an excuse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I won't. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm good. I'm good.
Look, we're
My
talking
mom's coming
live
over
here.
At 7:30. Yeah, we're live.
You know we're live. Yeah, but
This
thanks
is
for
mom
having.
life. This is
thanks,
mom life,
Thanks
you know.
for having the conversation.
She looked like she was having a conversation, so I thought you weren't live.
So,
Yeah.
Andre he was training for the Pan Am Games. I don't even know if he ever went to them. He went to the Pan Am Games. He won some medals.
Yeah, he did.
He won some medals.
Yes, yeah.
Whatever. But he doesn't let anybody go. He goes by himself.
I've
the
never
guy.
seen him compete.
Yeah.
You know what he said? He goes, well, I'd be worried that you'd be like sitting in the bleachers and you'd be hungry or something. And I'm like, I'm always hungry. That's just a given.
Like, what does
I'm
that
like,
have to do with?
Yeah, he'd be like in
It's so
caretaker mode.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't it?
Don't
like, I'd
come
be
watch
worried
me
that you're
fight
hungry.
because you're gonna be hungry.
Yeah,
So, I know.
because he's a nurturer. Like that's. I'm like,
we,
I'll bring a sandwich. Just let me come.
He's funny. Where is that guy?
I know. I'll bring him down.
Gotta bring him down. Okay, so what were we talking about? Who knows? We were talking about. Wow, we got
All the
really
different
deep.
strains. We did go deep. I don't like light conversations. I like
Ah,
deep
jeez,
conversations.
is this what yoga is? I don't want it.
No, it's
Kidding.
still fun. Okay, it can be a bit of a buzzkill, I'll admit.
No. But I agree with you. I think
Like-
we were talking about strains.
Like I'd be
Different
at
strains.
a bar with somebody and they'd be laughing and I'd go, no, but underneath, like, tell me how you're suffering. They'd be like, I don't want to hang out with you. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, who the hell are you?
Exactly.
I want to have a beer here. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Can't we just smoke a joint? But it brings you back to yourself and it lets you shine
Yes.
in the world.
Yes.
So I think that's important.
Yeah.
So and you are an awesome human.
Oh, thank you.
You're not just a person.
And not just an
No,
asshole. Okay,
people
good.
are assholes. Humans are good.
Yes, yes.
That's good.
I miss you.
Thank you. I miss
I
you
know,
too.
We
I was
need
like,
a dinner.
oh,
We need a dinner.
hang out and hug and love.
I
and-
know.
I love
yes,
it.
yeah. I'll just come over for dinner with you and
Do
Naz.
it. Yes. When is that?
Anytime.
Okay. So let's make it happen.
I'm the social one. Andre can look after Evander.
No, we can. He can. Well, I have mats. I'll roll him out in the backyard.
Okay.
He can.
All right.
he
Yeah,
can
that'll
do
bring him
ninja-
in.
He
That'll
can
bring him
ninja
in.
roll.
Do you want me to see if he'll come down?
Yeah. No, he won't come on to the podcast.
I'll ask him.
Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay.
So I wanted to just thank everybody for coming out to this event. It's been an amazing event. We've interviewed some really outstanding people in the hopes of what we're trying to do is just build community, and I think that's the key. I keep saying that's the key, but I really mean it, because without the community, what's that? It's all for nothing. You got to be a human. And we have to communicate with each other, and it's not just about making a living, it's about helping and growing together and holding space together and sharing. And I'm really happy that I was able to make it out to this. We've interviewed some crazy, amazing people. I learned some new stuff today. Geez, I learned about fucking frog medicine, you're putting burns on yourself. But whatever gets you there, and I'm not taking away from it as a medicine, because for people it is. And we have to shift the paradigm. That's the key. I said key again, but there's a lot of keys that I'm learning. So changing the paradigm, it's a paradigm shift, and we're heading towards that. And I hope everybody enjoyed today. It's going to be a long podcast. Thanks, Robin. Okay, thanks, guys.